Does the brand Big Wheel stir up some memories? Welcome back to Techstination. I'm Fred Fishkin. With us from Schylling is VP Bryan Katzel. Hi, Brian.
Hey Fred, how you doing?
Terrific. Well, the last time we spoke, we were talking about the revival of the Lava Lamp brand, still going on. And now we're talking about Big Wheel. Tell us about this.
Yeah, so Schilling purchased the brand in 2020, I believe it was, and we've launched Big Wheel for today's generation. Um, I was excited when we announced that we were going to be purchasing the Big Wheel brand. It is a product line that has been out in the market for over 50 years. Something that personally I had as a kid growing up influenced me in my love of toys, and it is a Toy Hall of Fame inducted product that the world knows, just by two simple words, Big Wheel. It's an exciting piece that a lot of kids have experienced throughout their lives, and I'm glad that Schilling and me and my team can be a part of it.
Very exciting. Now, you're taking part in an event at the Strong National Museum in Rochester in June 8th and 9th. Tell us about that.
Yeah, we're really excited. So, the Strong Museum has an exhibit there at the museum for Big Wheel that, as I mentioned, it's part of the National Toy Hall of Fame. But we're going to have an activation that goes from 11 to 4 on the 8th and the 9th that gives kids experience, being able to get on a big wheel, ride around. We'll have an activity course there that includes like a pretend car wash or gas station, a food drive through, just a bunch of really fun kind of role play experiential things that they can go around, a little ramp or scenery that they can see. And then we'll have an area that for kids to be able to create their own custom big wheel license plate. So that's kind of a rite of passage, right? To have your own personalized big wheel license plate on the back of your big wheel. So there'll be a little station for them to do that, and then as I mentioned, they can look around the Strong Museum and also see the big wheel and learn about its history, which is pretty rich. Like I said, it's been launched in 1969, so it's been out there for over 50 years.
And what was it? What is it? I suppose that contributes to the popularity.
Well, uh, you know, as I mentioned, I had one as a kid, and
You're sitting real low, and you got that big wheel in front of you.
yeah, for sure. When when it was invented, the legend is that Ray Lohr had he used to take apart. He was an inventor and a designer at Mark's Toys, that he used to take apart his tricycle, and if you can imagine, in a tricycle, usually the chassis of that thing, it kind of bows upwards, right? And the legend is that he would take that and kind of flip it upside down so the chassis bent downwards. So he got really low on the ground, as opposed to in a tricycle, you're sitting really high up, right? And sitting lower with the handlebars up gave you a lower center of gravity. And it was actually a safer ride, right? Because you've got these big wheels in the back, you're sitting low to the ground. It's a lot easier to tip over on a tricycle than it is in a big wheel, right? So just that, it's something, as a toy designer, that I love the story of the big wheel, because it's rare that you're able to make a change to a product that makes it safer for a kid, but at the same time makes it more thrilling and exciting, because once you were on that big wheel and you were lower to the ground, it gave the child more independence, because the parent was actually felt that the child was safer. They couldn't tip over on it. They were really low. And, there's a number of factors to it. The big wheel in the front, helps you to go really fast. The big wheels in the back help you to do spin outs and spin around corners, or spin around on a driveway, which, for a lot of kids, the big wheel's made for kids that are 3 to 7. This is the first experience of that type of independence and adventure and thrill ride that they can take.
Lots of fun
Yeah.
for sure. And you have a couple of models on the market now, right?
Correct. Yeah. So in 23, we launched the Big Spin, which retails at $129.99. It's kind of like our deluxe model. Has a handbrake for doing those spin outs that I was talking about. Has a great compartment seat that kids can put all their cool stuff inside and ride around, toys. Also has these great formed wheels, which has like we call it a dartboard design on there in molded silver. And then at a $9.99 or a $99.99 MSRP, we've got the Speedster, and this summer we'll also be launching a model called the Dazzler. The Speedster and the Big Spin are kind of your classic colorways, the red, yellow, and black and blue. And our Dazzler is a pink and purple model. And the Dazzler and the Speedster are very similar. Don't come with a brake, but still have that big wheel, and the capability of being able to do spin outs. So yeah, those are the 3 models that we'll have after this summer.
And is it true that you're building one for yourself? An adult model?
Yeah, there's definitely more to come on that. We have been developing one for older kids, much bigger kids, and hoping to be talking about a Kickstarter release for that in the coming year. So more to come, but we're really excited to start talking about that. Maybe I can come back and see you again, and we can dive into the details.
Yeah, that's exciting. You can invite the neighbors over for races, right?
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. For sure. It's funny as we go out and do trade shows and I talk to people about Big Wheel. Everyone always has, especially of our ages, people that from older generations, everybody has a story or a memory behind Big Wheel. It was made a real impact on kids, throughout the 70s, 80s, 90s. And, I think people have a special place in their heart for this product.
And guess what? Kids are working those muscles as opposed to sitting and looking at screens.
Exactly. Yeah, they're out there pedaling. They're seeing the world as opposed to seeing, the digital world, which, having more opportunities to do that is always, a positive in my viewpoint.
So for more info, where's the best place to go?
You can check us out on social media. Go to Schylling.com. You'll be able to find us there. You can go to the Strong Museum on June 8th and 9th from 11 to 4 and learn all about the Big Wheel there also. Yeah.
Just terrific. And it's SCHYLLING. That's correct. Schylling.com is the place to go. Bryan Katzel, thank you for spending time with us.
Thanks, Fred. It's my pleasure.